Welcome to a focused look at the unit of life. In this session, we'll revise how living systems are built from cells, why cells are considered the basic units of life, and how those units are organized into the tissues and organs that make up plants, animals, fungi, and other organisms. At its simplest, a cell is the smallest structure that can carry out all the essential processes of life: metabolism, growth, response, and reproduction. Some organisms are unicellular, like an amoeba, where a single cell performs every life function. Others are multicellular, like humans, where many specialized cells work together to form tissues and organs. Our understanding of cells grew over time. Early observers like Leeuwenhoek first saw living cells, and Robert Brown identified the nucleus. Later scientists formalized cell theory. Schleiden and Schwann recognized that plants and animals are cellular in organization. And Virchow added the crucial idea that cells arise from pre-existing cells. From that, we derive three main principles. All living things are made of cells, cells come from other cells, and growth involves cell division. Cells vary enormously in size and shape. They can be tiny, like mycoplasma at a fraction of a micrometer, or macroscopic, like an ostrich egg. Shape follows function. Red blood cells are biconcave for gas exchange. White blood cells are amoeboid for movement. Epithelial cells are columnar for absorption. Nerve cells are long and thread-like for signal transmission. And mesophyll cells are rounded to optimize photosynthesis. Prokaryotic cells include bacteria, mycoplasmas, and cyanobacteria. They tend to be smaller than eukaryotic cells, reproduce quickly, and are characterized by the absence of a membrane-bound nucleus. Their genetic material is free in the cytoplasm. Looking at prokaryotic structure, you'll find several key features. The glycocalyx, a slime layer or capsule that helps attachment and protection, a rigid cell wall that gives shape, and a plasma membrane that governs transport. They can have mesosomes, membrane enfoldings linked to cell processes, 70S ribosomes for protein synthesis, inclusions that store reserves, flagella for motility, and naked, usually circular genomic DNA, often accompanied by plasmids. Gram staining further distinguishes bacteria by differences in their cell wall structure. Eukaryotic cells differ by having a true membrane-bound nucleus, a set of membrane-bound organelles, and an organized cytoskeleton. The plasma membrane is described by the fluid mosaic model, a phospholipid bilayer with proteins floating within it. Transport across this membrane can be passive by diffusion or osmosis, or active, requiring energy from ATP for pumps like the sodium-potassium pump. Plant cells have an additional non-living cell wall outside the plasma membrane. It's mainly cellulose with hemicelluloses and pectins arranged in layers. A primary wall that allows growth, and sometimes a later secondary wall that can be lignified. The middle lamella, rich in pectins, cements adjacent cells. Plasmodesmata are channels that connect cell cytoplasm between neighbors, enabling communication and transport. The endomembrane system is an integrated network for making, modifying, and moving molecules. The rough endoplasmic reticulum bears ribosomes for protein synthesis, while the smooth ER handles lipids, detoxification, and calcium storage. Vesicles shuttle materials to the Golgi apparatus, which modifies, sorts, and packages them at its cis and trans faces. Lysosomes provide acidic compartments for degradation, and vacuoles store water and nutrients. In plants, a large central vacuole maintains turgor pressure. Mitochondria are the cell's powerhouses. They are double-membraned organelles, a smooth outer membrane and a highly folded inner membrane that forms cristae to increase surface area. Inside, the matrix contains enzymes, circular DNA, and 70S-type ribosomes. Mitochondria are the main site of aerobic respiration and ATP production. Plastids are another group of double-membrane organelles found in plants and algae. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and carry out photosynthesis, with thylakoid membranes stacked into grana where light reactions occur and a stroma for carbon fixation. Chromoplasts store pigments like carotenoids for color, and leucoplasts specialize in storage. Amyloplasts store starch, elaioplasts store oils, and related forms store other reserves. Ribosomes are the molecular machines that build proteins. They are non-membrane bound and occur as 80S particles in eukaryotes and 70S in prokaryotes, either free in the cytosol or attached to the rough ER. The cytoskeleton provides internal scaffolding, microtubules, microfilaments of actin, and intermediate filaments, and supports cell shape, intracellular transport, and movement. Many eukaryotic cells bear hair-like cilia or longer flagella for movement. Both share an axoneme core with 9 peripheral doublets and 2 central singlets, the classic 9+2 arrangement. These structures grow from basal bodies, and centrosomes in animal cells act as microtubule organizing centers. Centrioles, composed of 9 triplet microtubules, help form these basal bodies and organize cell division machinery. The nucleus is the control center of the eukaryotic cell. It's bounded by a nuclear envelope with pores, contains nucleoplasm and one or more nucleoli where ribosomal subunits are made, and houses chromosomes. Chromosomes vary by centromere position: metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric, or telocentric. But all carry the genetic instructions that regulate cellular activity and heredity. Finally, small single-membrane microbodies such as peroxisomes contain enzymes for specialized reactions like oxidation and detoxification. Putting it all together, cells are the basic units of life. Organelles perform specialized tasks in harmony, membranes as barriers, ER and Golgi in synthesis and processing, mitochondria and plastids in energy management, and the nucleus in control. And the broad divide between simple prokaryotes and complex eukaryotes underpins much of biological diversity. That's it for today. Learn smarter with EduRev. Notes, tests, and practice in one app. Download EduRev now on Play Store and App Store and keep learning every day.